Can we do shout-outs at the beginning of your session? Is that right?
Yeah, go for it.
Just a shout-out Richarlison for helping deny Chelsea at the weekend. Thank you, Richarlison.
Yes, sports. This is the first time ever anyone has ever mentioned sports in a D&D session that was streamed. So congratulations. Welcome, one and all, back to... Well, apparently so, yeah.
Have you got any followers?
No.
Abby, shout out to Richarlison, alright?
Welcome back, one and all, to D&D. This week, we return to the guys having a bit of a long rest after quite an eventful day. Eventful evening, actually. So far this evening, they left Northgard by by two of the party turning themselves into fucking giant eagles and just flying away, even though there's like this process and procedure to leaving and you've got to be on the rotor to go. No, you just fucking turned into shit and flew off. When you landed and headed towards the forest ahead of you, on your way to find Davyak, you were approached by a large sort of white stag that, after Nevado spoke to it, it said something's coming, and it turned out to be a large group of orcs. It turns out the orcs now have abandoned Grumsh. Blind Rage didn't work, so a lot of them have started worshipping more Grumsh's wife, Ilnaval, the goddess of sort of the lands and of more sort of like being an orc and that sort of thing. And these guys put up a decent fight. Giri unfortunately went down. That was probably mostly due to the fact that Balzanor has crap aim, but whatever.
Also, JJ and I discussed this on games. I forgot to put temporary HP whenever I did my fighting spirit, so it's my bad as well, actually.
That was also a thing.
Because I'd have had about 20-30 HP to have knocked off.
Exactly.
However, Matt...
Well, I don't think you got any words to say about Balzanor now, when you clearly could have saved yourself.
I mean, the man has a point. The man has a point. So, the fight was long, but you eventually managed to defeat the orc hunters and were able to continue on into the north. You also waterboarded one of them because these characters are evil.
With the help
didn't
of
see any of
Nevado.
you doing to stop it.
2 party members waterboarded one of them.
Hang on a second, I was just there.
Anyway,
Accomplice.
You went to sleep a little while away, and inside the Lehman's tiny hut that Mittens was able to make, a large stone golem came and tapped on the top of your tiny hut. He looked pretty imposing, but he only had one arm, and he was tapping on the top, and eventually you asked him who he was, and he was missing an arm. After some discussion, you found out that he had fallen at some point, taken a bit of a tumble, and when he woke up, he didn't have an arm, and he's now looking for it. Now, DM was expecting you to go, no, we haven't seen an arm, but maybe we can help you look, or some shit, and probably not find it. But no, you got an owl to look for you, and the owl found the arm about a mile away after it sort of flew around. And so this stone golem that you named Orson Magic Ball, because that's a name.
He liked it.
Well, I mean, he loves it. He loves the name. He's stood watching guard with his 2 huge sort of like headlight lamp eyes, watching guard over you through the night. Nothing happens. You all regain everything from a long rest, and you wake up in the morning. What would you like to do?
Go grab Awesome Ball's magic hand and say, should we go find your arm, Awesome?
Yeah, that sounds quite nice.
How tall is he?
Awesome, he's like, oh god, stone golems are large. So he's about sort of like 15 feet tall.
Okay, so if I'm holding his hand, I'm reaching up.
Yeah, well, his arms are a lot longer than like than the regular anatomy of someone. So his arms like reach down to his feet, sort of thing.
Okay.
Like he can, and especially with like being slightly lopsided because he only has one arm, his hand like drags on the ground next to him, leaving like a bit of a groove in the dirt.
He only owns one arm.
He only owns one arm. He only has one arm.
So what's this other arm we found? Is it just a collection of rocks?
No, it is his other arm that he has lost.
So he owns two, but he's currently only in possession of one.
Yes,
Why
exactly.
is this news to you?
Why? Yeah.
This is literally the whole point of the discussion last session.
I'm just questioning the wording. For
If you would like to hold his hand, yeah, he sort of just lifts up his hand. Oh, this is, okay. I can't feel this, but let's go. Oh, there's a cowman. Oh,
I hasn't seen
didn't see you
Balzanor, has he?
yesterday. Moo?
He's a bit sleepy. He just don't mind him.
He's very very quiet. I'll all right then. Well, hello, cowman. Hello. Walks on
Barry,
with every sort of like. Berry. Hi, Berry. Hello. I'm Olsen. This is Giri. That's Nevado. That's Kathmandu. There was Magic Ball, but I don't know where he went. I think he disappeared. Are you familiar with these people? He's talking to you, Balzanor.
Shit. But
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
This rock is
Oh, no,
talking.
yeah, we're in the same party. We arrived together.
It would make sense why you were in the Magic Ball with all the others. Then that would really work, wouldn't it?
How big
it's a
is
magical
Balzanor?
place? 7 foot. Yeah, we just put 7 foot. Yeah.
How big's the magic ball?
10 foot.
Oh, I'm still thinking a 7 foot
10 foot radius.
My
minotaur.
spikes might be in the 10 foot region.
It's gonna be cozy.
It's gonna be cozy. Anyway, ho, hey. Proceeds to plod along, grabbing
He does
Giri's
thumbs up
hand.
with what hand?
He does it with his left hand because it's the only one he has. So he sort of lets go of your hand and then grabs back hold. But as he grabs hold of your arm, it's literally your entire arm is now in his hand. And he's like, oops, sorry, Giri.
How about I just rest my hand on your finger?
I think that works. Yes, that works a little better. Plods along, and the owl you told last night. What was his name? Gerald, whatever.
Yeah, Gerald. Yeah.
Gerald, yeah. Told you it was in a northwesterly direction, about a mile away. And as you're walking in this direction, you can hear Orson talking. He's not really talking about anything just indescript. He's just saying, "Oh, those are green," as he's looking at leaves. Oh, it's a bird. It's Giri. Is that bird a magic bird?
Not all birds are magic, no.
Oh, that's news to me. All right. I'll keep my eye out for magic birds. Oh, there's...
Awesome.
Hello there.
How long have you been alive?
Oh, let's see. I fell down a couple of days ago, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
What are you?
What? Oh, now you really puzzled me there. I'm rocks, I guess. I think. I'm awesome. I think. Yeah. What are you?
A druid.
A druid. Nevado druid. Strange name.
Well, his name is actually, that's his race, Orson. His name is actually Nevado Imaginings.
Nevado Imaginings.
Yeah.
Oh, do you like imagining things? I like imagining things.
It is all in the imaginings.
I see. Oh, is it? Well. Goes down to you, Giri. This one's smart.
Sure.
Continues plodding along. And it's a mile, so, it's only about like 15 to 20 minutes walking. More in the 20-minute thing with how quickly Orson's sort of going and every now and again pointing out random things like, oh, it's a magic leaf. It's not. It's just a leaf that's slightly browner than the others. And he continues on going until you get to near enough a quite large clearing. Can I get everyone to make me a perception check? Please.
Luke, you in like any in-game chat, you're just in your own little world.
Just off having his own great time.
I find myself amusing.
Neither one of us does.
I mean, you put your head on that.
How was your dinner? Is it perception check?
Perception, yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So, Giri, you're sort of focused on Orson.
Not getting my hand crushed by the
giant. And Balzanor, you're...
apparently.
And Balzanor, you're... I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You're either still a little sleepy, or you're just focused on Orson. Whatever the hell you're doing, you guys don't quite notice it.
I heard that there were some magic leaves around, and I'm trying to find these magic leaves.
Excellent.
You
minotaurs and you're crazy. And but Nevado and Mittens, you guys are keeping your eyes sort of ahead, trying to keep an eye out. These wilds are quite dangerous often. So as you're keeping an eye out, you can see way ahead of you a large clearing, and you can just hear this big and then another one. And then
no RS come this far north.
He's so funny.
You can see these two very large figures are way away in this clearing with a big boulder sort of right in the middle of it. This seems to be probably about where the thing was saying. It said something like it was near a boulder in this direction. So this could potentially be where you're looking. And yeah, so far you can just see these two very, very large creatures, both sort of like sat down, giggling and laughing at each other, and their laughter is like bellowing through the forest. They're very, very loud noise. These guys have got to be like double the height of Orson, probably. Like they're about his height, sat down. From this distance, you can't. Actually, no, Mittens, you got a 26. I'm gonna say you can see just looking as one of them laughs and looks up. You can just see this one big beady eye at the sort of front of its head open up as it laughs. The other one sat the other way to you, so you can't quite see it. But yeah, you can definitely recognize this as like a giant creature with just one eye on its head. What would you like to do?
We'll sneak up for a closer look.
Yeah? Are you all joining? Is anyone joining him, or are you just...
Well, I've got no idea what he's doing that for.
I definitely have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, Mittens, what are you doing?
I will let them know that I will point out the laughing sound so that they hear it. And
okay. You can stealth if you want. Stealth is really not my bag, so I'm not even going to try.
Wait here. I'll go take a look and come back.
Okay. How far off is this, Ben?
This is probably like a couple of 100 meters away. Something like that.
Okay. I'll pat Orson's finger with my other hand and just say, "Orson, we're just going to wait here, and we'll have a look at these magic. These are magic leaves in this tree here."
Oh, magic leaves! Oh,
Balzanor looks as well.
You just got this huge stone golem and this minotaur, but looking up at this tree, a very normal leaves. You've got a samurai look, and they're like, "Ugh."
I'm going to be looking really curious. Right? I don't really believe you, but I just don't understand why you're saying it.
I mean, Balzanor, you can make an Arcana check to decipher whether they're really magic leaves.
Oh, I think he would. Oh, where did she go?
Is your Arcana any good?
We're about to find out, aren't we?
I mean, it's a +5.
Oh, +5.
Oh, that's alright.
So you're looking at these leaves, and you're like, fuck you, Giri. Fuck you. Or maybe you don't say anything not to spoil the fun for Orson, who's now trying to reach his arm up to one of these leaves. But remember, these trees are like these massive, overly sized fern trees. So.
You don't touch magic leaves. You just admire from a distance.
Oh, why's that?
Well, they're magic. If you touch them, you might destroy the magic, and you wouldn't want to destroy the magic, would you?
No. Sits down, looks up, staring at the thing with his arm behind him. You're so wisdomless. Incredible. Knows all the magic. The one guy who can't do any magic.
I'm a lady!
One girl who can't do any magic. Roll for stealth, then, Sir Mittens. I know your name.
Oh.
18! Yeah, you can get... How close are you planning on going?
Close enough that I can identify what these things are.
Okay, well you can get a lot closer. And you can quite easily identify them. Make a nature check.
Oh, good. My nature is ass.
You're literally a lion.
That was the DC. It's pretty obvious.
He's been domesticated.
These things are cyclopses. They're it is very clearly two cyclopses sat there, sort of enjoying the cold day. The passive perception is pretty good, so you can see like they're wearing these large furs as armor. Each one has got like a massive club, sort of resting up against the boulder. They seem to be eating something, although it doesn't look like there's a lot of what they're eating. And you can see, just sort of lying next to one of them, very close to its leg, is this very long collection of stones held together by... It almost looks like vines that's sort of holding this thing together. And you can see on sort of at the very, very end, there are these three smaller stones and then one stone just at the side, almost like a hand. You can make a decent assumption that that would probably be Orson's arm. These things are laughing at nothing particularly descript. They sort of stop laughing from like, and then when you bonked him on the, oh god, that was funny. Oh. And they just sort of chill. They both take a huge sort of bite out of whatever they're eating again. Looks like the leg of like a rather large creature. And then they keep on chatting and talking. What would you like to do?
I will sneak back to the party and tell them what I see.
Okay.
How dangerous are cyclopses?
I imagine something that size is quite dangerous.
Are they giant creatures?
I think a fireball won't fix.
Well, either one of you can make a nature check with advantage, or each of you can make a nature check to try and recall anything you might know about cyclopses.
Tell me all their secrets.
Yeah, so cyclopses are, well, huge things. They stand at about 30 feet. They're generally very, very strong. And though they're not always the most smart or perceptive things out there, yeah, they are incredibly strong and known for their, not only their aggression, but also their way of life. They're very similar to things like hill giants, or like a very simple version of a stone giant. So they live very sort of nomadic lives. They never really stay in one spot for very long. They just stay in a spot long enough to get some food and sleep, and then they wake up and move on. You also know there's not many of them around anymore, especially with a 20 nature. There's not massive amount of them, in Amber anymore. After the giants got a little too protective of the north and being giant, and Cyclopses were a little too dumb to say, yeah, sure, we'll just go along with what you guys want to do. So they are fairly dangerous in their own account, and taking a hit from one is, that's going to be an ordeal. But they're not also the smartest things either.
So
okay.
Gathered around Orson's arm. So we could.
Would you say they're people?
They have their own cultures, and they obviously can speak and can communicate with things.
If I were to use a charm person, for example.
Put charm person in the chat. Attempt to charm a humanoid that you can see within range. I mean, I guess they are humanoids. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they are humanoids, I believe. Let me just look up something a second, just to confirm something.
Can I ask Orson if
see.
He lost his arm in a fall, or if he remembers getting attacked?
Yes, you can. But before I do that, just while it's on my mind, so charm person works only on. I've realised the humanoid. I think has to be a humanoid type of monster. These are giants. They are types of giants, not types of humanoids. If you kind of get what I mean, like orcs, goblins, stuff. Yeah. They are humanoids. Whereas giants, stone giants, these sort of things.
It'd be a bit nuts if a level 1 spell could charm a giant.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, so Luke didn't like it.
Luke's not happy about what you said.
So now Nevado's out of ideas. We could try and create an illusion to lure them away.
Yeah, obviously you could.
Or I could animate something and get them to chase it.
Yeah, I think evasion's definitely the better option.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to engage them, we could probably beat them. I just think it would be taxing and maybe not the right thing to do. So.
Okay.
Ben, how long do I turn invisible for?
Until the end of your turn. Well, until the start of your next turn.
So it's more like an in-combat thing rather than if I did it now, it would just be like 6 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like I'd allow it, 6 seconds for you to just really quickly maneuver somewhere or something like that. But
okay,
yeah.
I mean, I'm quite strong, so I'm happy to go and pick up the arm. And I don't know if Orson's just going to be able to pick up himself and attach it, or if it's going to require some sort of magical process.
Well, if
or
healing. I can probably just stick it back on.
Then we can probably. If we can lure them away, then we'll probably have a decent amount of time to just walk in there.
Are you gonna, whatever you do, are you gonna have to sort of follow them to keep the illusion ahead of them?
Well,
what's your idea?
Send them sort of chasing blindly after an illusion that then disappears, and then maybe looking for it, or can animate a thing and give it an instruction to lead them away, and I believe it will continue to do so.
Did they have any excess food at the bottom of, like, were they eating from a pile of food?
They were eating from a pile of food you saw, but there wasn't a lot of it.
Can you animate food, JJ? Mittens?
Yes.
They would definitely run after their food, I think.
Let me just check the range. 30 feet.
And then Balzanor, you're quite strong. We can both nip in because we're a bit smaller than Orson. We could nip in and get the arm.
Don't much in it.
He's twice your height. We can nip it. Oh.
I know.
Hey, there it is.
Okay. So if I sneak up,
Luke, next time you're not happy with the plan, just say. You don't have to leave.
Just like to make a dramatic exit. To catch you up, Luke, they've said they're going to, what was it, animate their food?
yes.
So I think it's going to animate their food, make their food run away, and so they are going to have to go and chase it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Should be absolutely lit.
Alrighty. So to walk back over to them and get close enough, I'm going to need another stealth check from whoever is trying to get that close. This is about 100 meters away, so you've sort of like moved a little closer to stretch it. So
I don't think Balzanor and I would move in until Mittens has done his stuff. So
okay,
we're off the hook.
19 stealth, easy peasy. You can get almost to the edge of the tree line of this clearing now, so you're sort of within like 30 feet of these cyclopses and their food. You're about sort of 30 feet away, I'll say.
Okay. If I am within 30 feet, then I will animate their food.
Animate their food.
Like food item that is left there. And
Yeah, there's like one larger sort of like big leg of something. It looks like a cow's leg, but sort of a little bit bigger. And there's still like a hoof on the end, and it's been not very well skinned and things like that. But it's there. How do you see this thing animating? How does it animate for you?
Well, if it's a leg, then it's just going to sort of spring up and it's just going to start hopping away.
Okay, what's its speed?
Its speed is 30 feet.
30 feet, okay.
It can also
Very fast.
So
It can also, what, sorry?
it can also fly. So after a few minutes, or after a few feet, it's going to just start sort of like going up into the air as well.
Okay, yeah. So,
So
yeah,
it's
as you...
harder to catch.
Yeah, as you sort of wave your hands, granting it magic, yeah, this leg just sort of slowly gets up. These two cyclopses just have, they're too busy eating at the minute, they don't see it immediately. And then they look down at, huh? Thump, 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 thump. Huh? And they're both going to try and grab it as it walks away. They're both going to try and make contested... checks to grapple it, essentially. Shit. God. Ooh, okay. So the first one was rolled a natural... a 19 overall.
Okay.
Ooh, and the second one was rolled a 12 overall.
Okay.
You got 19 to beat.
This is fine. +4 strength. Fuck, it's a 12.
So as it sort of starts thinging off, and it's just as it starts going into the air, there's about, well, that's not right. Grabs it, yanks it back down. I guess there's sort of like initiative. So it's moved. They have grappled it. It's now its turn. It can try and break free if it would like.
It goes immediately after me in combat, so to speak. So I'm going to...
Okay, so is there anything you would like to do?
I just need to... I just need to check if I can have more than one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, on the ground, I am going to cast Minor Illusion of another one, another like item of food moving to the side. So that's got a range of 30 feet. So like rather than it going like if I'm here, rather than going across, it's going to be going at like a 90-degree angle so it stays with like.
So like another bit of food going like the other way now.
Yeah.
Okay. So this other bit of food approaches, and both of these things are looking at the now like half flying leg.
Yeah. It's still just like.
And it's like, oh, I got it. And then the other one's like, oh shit, another one, grab it. Goes to grab it. I mean, no matter what he rolls, he dives onto it, lands through it, and then it just sort of like he lands on top of it, and then it sort of goes from ghost food. Mine start crawling across the floor to try and grab this food. So you got one of them out of there essentially.
Yeah. And then the thing's gonna try and break free.
Gonna try and break free. Okie dokie. Roll.
That's a 1.
Oh dear.
What's the strength of this thing?
+4.
+4. Okay. I mean, even if I rolled a 1, this thing's got a +5 strength, and it rolled a 14. So then this thing now keeps hold, managed to pull it back just a couple of feet, like, oh, you come here, food. Tries to take a bite out of it. Not anything that would necessarily do. Actually, no, it will do a little bit of damage. It's going to try and bite the goddamn thing. That is a natural 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I don't know what a bite is for a Cyclops. I'm gonna say 1d8. Yeah. I'm gonna say 1d6. Okay, so that's 9 damage.
Okay.
To bite it, and the other one's just gonna start crawling after this ghost food, essentially. It's your turn again. What would you like to do?
Fuck it, let's go big. I'm going to cast Animate Objects, and all the food is just going to scatter.
Okay. So then suddenly all the food that they've got left, which is just like a few smaller piles of things,
starts running like in various directions across to the other side of the clearing from where we are.
Yeah, so like they've still got like a few small scraps of meat, the head of whatever thing they were eating as well as like 1 or 2 like pumpkins, which is a bit weird to have here, but they've just got these like large pumpkins they can like fit in their hands. Just suddenly get up and start running. And the thing is, like, this thing's pretty big, but all of this other food is also pretty big. And this thing, I mean, I'm going to roll a whiz save for it, but
It's running away.
got a -1.
Oh boy.
So
that's the total.
That is the total, a -1. So this thing fucking like suddenly it's grabbing. Oh, I got you! Like with it in its mouth. Like, I got you, motherfucker! I got you! And then all of a sudden, all the food just he like feels something brush up against his leg. He's like, huh? Tries diving just on a bunch of the food, still trying to hold on. Can your animated thing? I'm assuming it's going to try and break free.
Yes.
Make one more athletics check with advantage. I'll say, as this is trying to leap away.
20.
20. And there we are. It finally breaks free. This thing leaps and lands on a bunch of stuff. What's the health of the animated objects?
It's about 25.
About 25. Okay, so this thing's pretty big. I'll say as it lands on a couple of them, like one of the pumpkins just like explodes underneath its stomach, but the rest of the food just starts running off.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, 25.
Bloody, we gotta go. The food. No, but ghost food. Forget the ghost food. Go. They just both these things just start fucking pegging it away, trying to chase down all of this food that's suddenly just got up and ran off. How fast is the
Balzanor?
Pardon, sorry?
I don't know if they're like a decent way off. I think Balzanor and I would move in quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they've now run away. I'll say.
Matt's
So yeah.
Is Matt still here?
Matt's.
I think Matt's
roll
having
20.
to say. She's yeah.
He's gone from roll 20. Should we wait for him, or should we just carry on and catch him up?
I think just catch him up.
Cool. In which case, yeah, you guys can run in. If you'd like to make an athletics check for me, Giri, I'll say Balzanor's helping you, so make it with advantage. Just to run in, grab the thing,
Balzy.
and run back out.
Athletics with advantage. Here we go. 24.
24, yeah, easy. You guys easily grab this large arm and just start like pegging it out, like the arm just underneath your arms, just start pegging it back out at the clearing towards Orson. You now can't even see the Cyclopses. They've disappeared into the trees. Way off now. By the sounds of it, they've started to catch some of it, but it keeps jumping out of their hands and escaping, and it's just all sorts of fucking nonsense. You have Orson's arm. Orson's just there like, wow. Pardon, sorry?
Orson's just what, sorry? What?
I just said great success.
I see.
Very good, very nice!
Orson takes down like, oh, there you are, Army. Well, that looks a pretty good nick. Let's just fit this here. And you just hear this like almost like grinding of stone, and then just as it fits into place. The vines that are within almost like glow slightly blue for a minute, and then almost wither back away, as if the vines are only there to keep everything sort of together when something's been taken off. Sort of thing as like a security sort of measure. They wither away. His arm is now there. Oh, look! I got arms! Oh.
While he's doing all that, can I just pull Mittens and Nevado aside, and mainly address this question to Nevado, but also Mittens, just in case he knows. Like, is this a natural creature, or does this look like a magical construct to you?
Can I roll a nature check to see if I?
Yeah, you can roll a nature check to see if you know anything about these things in the wild. Someone else can roll an Arcana check if they'd like to see if they know.
It's the same as my nature, but it's different. It's also.
Oh boy, father!
So, Nevada, you're sat there and you're like, well, you don't know of any like. So from what limited you might know of golems, they aren't necessarily found in nature unless they have been freed, usually, or like awoken. Like, golems generally have a directive. From what you can gather, golems they have a master, and their master tells them to do something, and then they go do it. To have them running around in the wild is quite rare. To see something quite as awakened as Orson, you've certainly never heard of in the wild. It's not necessarily saying it's impossible. You have maybe heard some stories of people who have come across random golems walking around, with maybe with a master gone. They have no directive. They're just walking around doing whatever. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. Maybe something you've heard of once or twice, but it's a very rare occurrence. I can high five two people. Look at that. I can grab things with both hands.
I will hold out my hand for a high five.
Dunk! Make a strength save.
Oi!
He's not going particularly hard. He's not going hard. He obviously recognises his own size.
He's just hit the wet leaf that is Mittens.
But because he's big and he's gone like that, and his strength is pretty high.
Much higher than mine.
He sort of dunks yours. You then just sort of stumble back and fall into the oh, sorry. Oh, God, Kathmandu.
So good. So good.
You got a bit of snow in your hairs.
Yeah. There's a lot of snow on me.
Put your arm into it next time, or I'll put less of my arm into mine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Orson,
Yes.
what do you think you'll do now?
Oh, I don't know, really. This is all very new to me. This whole living thing, and it's around this time you suddenly see his eyes begin blinking. These two eyes, which are like lamps, that you've seen sort of in the darkness, now just start blinking like lamps again, and then suddenly light projects out of them. And at first you don't really see anything other than a swirling thing of light, almost like a sort of light cloud, if you will, swirling in this projection of light. And you can just say, "Golem! Golem! Golem, are you there? Golem!" And then suddenly this begins to shift and change into a figure, or at least the bust of a figure. Their shoulders, their neck, head, sort of like from the shoulders up. The figure stands there with a few curls of hair still on their head, very very light skin, quite old features, wears a quite fancy necklace, a very, very fancy necklace. In fact, it seems to shine in whatever light they're in, and it's a mixture of silver and gold, and there's a few jewels on it in different places. He has earrings on his ears and a few piercings set into his face, just sort of on his sort of cheekbones and one on his nose there, each with a tiny little jewel on. "Golem? Golem! Are you there?" "Oh, hello, dear. Who are you?" "Well, what do you mean, who am I? Why are you talking like that? What is going on? Who are you people?" And he turns around and looks at you guys.
Oh, fucking hell.
"Hello, Matthew."
Is that what the guy said? Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, fucking hell. To catch you up, Matt, you got Awesome's arm back. It was awesome. They animated the arm and animated a lot of food, and it ran off. You managed to grab the arm.
To get them to taste it all.
Yeah, but you got Awesome's arm back. Orson was talking to them, and then suddenly this figure has appeared in a sort of projection that's come from his lamp eyes. Why are you talking like that? What? Looks at all of you. "What have you done to my golem?"
We fixed it.
Nothing? Yeah, we found him like this.
You fix it. What, you found him like this?
It was missing an arm, and we found it, and we put it back on.
He's missing an arm. Reckless thing. Sorry, you're calling me reckless? You only have a head, sir. Awakened golems. They are the bane of my existence.
Can I ask who we're speaking to?
Yes, of course. My name is a name that is in here that I've totally written down. My name is Ciro. I'm...
Ciro Farrell?
I am me. CIRRO. And who do I have the pleasantry of speaking to?
Awesome, do the introductions. Introduce
well,
us to your companion.
Ciro, this is Cowman. This is Catmandu. This is Giri. And this is Nevado. And as he sort of taps his fingers together like this, there's just like clinks, or like the sort of kunk, kunk, kunk. And I'm Orson. That's me. Orson Magic Ball. You gave it a name. Oh, heavens above and hells below.
Circumstances?
What, Giri? Am I correct? Can you look on his back? Is the sigil broken?
We saw this earlier, didn't we? So I won't look. I know it's broken. So I'll just say yes, it is.
That's fine. You will need repairs, obviously. Look, you have all run into a rather bounteous situation where you have found a golem out in the wild, and that's fantastic. But sadly, I need him back. He is my property. I, in fact, created this golem here. It took a lot of my resources and a lot of my time to build such a golem, and I do not have many left. If you can return this golem to me, I will be very grateful. And there will be rewards from my people's archives.
Oh.
These archives contain a lot of information and potential items that you adventurer types might find useful. I am in the Grey Spire Mountain. That won't mean anything to you. It's a name my people gave, but... clicks, and suddenly the projection turns from him into a projection of the land around you. You see the forest, and you see the mountains above the forest here. And as you're looking, it seems that sort of to your northwest, there is a particular mountain. It's not the tallest in the region, but it is seemingly a mountain with a oddly curved top. Like one side goes up a little bit like that, and then the other side crests over. You will find me there. Deliver the golem there, and I'll be ever in your debt. Should take you 3, maybe 4 days, if you are sensible, and if you survive the journey, of course. Bring the golem back alive and unharmed, and I may give you something from the archives. You may delve into my archives.
Promise?
Yes, that is a promise, of course. Hard day's work for all this. For such travel, I will also give you lodgings. In my place here.
What will become of him when we return to you?
Well, he will be reverted back to his previous directive.
Orson?
Yes.
Do you want to go back to this man?
Can I kick the video in the shin and just say, can we ask him this when the other guy's not on the phone, please?
Yeah. Good idea. So you made me? Yes. Yes, I did. Right.
Fuck's sake.
That's very confusing because you don't look as stony as I do. I apologize. We base golems off a base schematic which has the intelligence of a 10-year-old, sadly. There's a lot he doesn't understand about the world, and I would rather you just keep things to a minimum so I don't have to undo a lot. He must return to his ulterior directive and be my eyes throughout these mountains.
Do you forget the interaction with us?
Most probably. He'll forget everything. Especially his name. What kind of name is Awesome Magic Ball? That's not even a name. That's a name.
It's
and
deeply
then an
personal,
adjective.
and I don't expect someone of your emotional lack to understand.
Emotional lack. Boy, I'm the last of my kind in these lands. I know everything about emotion.
I'm a lady!
Check your
I'm sorry,
pronouns.
I'm sorry, the mask and everything is hard to decipher.
Okay, well,
Deliver me the golem.
Are you?
Well, maybe I will tell you when you arrive. You can make a nature check if you'd like to try
What does he
and
look
discern
like? Is
this
he-
from looking at him.
yeah.
So like I said, he has a few sort of wisps of... He's humanoid, very human-esque, except he's got this very, very light grey skin, a few wisps of sort of curly hair,
He's a vampire.
a lot of
I'm casting sunlight
a lot
all
of
over
necklaces and stuff like that.
What direction was it in again?
Northwest, mainly north towards one of the mountains.
Does that 19 get me anything?
Yes, funnily enough. So you're looking at this guy, and funnily enough, from where you're from, so from where you're from, there's a decent giant presence, and you're looking at this and like, well, he looks kind of giant-esque, but he's definitely not a stone giant. You'd see that more in his skin. He must be one of them cloud fellas.
Oh, so he's
much
massive.
much lighter skin. So, like from this little projection here, he looks decently large, but he's just got those sort of features. Like his nose is a little bit larger, and his ears are a little bit larger, and all the jewelry and necklaces and piercings and things are, yeah, they're definitely giving you that. Because from what you seem to know about cloud giants, you know that they do value their appearance and also wealth quite extravagantly, and they like to show a lot of that off. And from his knowledge of golems and things like that, and from what he's talking about his people, you know, it seems to make a lot of sense, especially sort of the skin tones and things like that are really sort of getting to you at the minute. So it does seem he might be a cloud giant.
How can we contact you if we get in trouble?
Well, you can make it to the top of the mountain.
No, before that.
Oh, before that, well, oh god, it'd be much easier if I was there to show you. In the thing's hand, there should be a small swirl.
Orson. In Orson's hand.
In Orson's hand.
Orson,
There should be a small swirl. Run your fingers along the small swirl, and it should work. You may need someone who has some proficiency in the arcane. My people are... My people are magically gifted, and when I created them, I made it so that not every idiot could simply interact with me. Do this, and it should contact me.
Can you see through his eyes as and when? Orson's eyes?
I can. So do not mess this up. I will know. Not that.
Well, we'll see you in 3 to 4 days.
Yes, you'd better. And don't get used to the name Orson. If you wanted to give him a name, it's actually 33, but whatever.
Name is a number.
Well, exactly. He's the 33rd. 33rd golem I have. Which, when you're considering these golems have to be my eyes and ears around these mountains, is rather lacking.
Do you have 32 other golems?
Well, I have 15. The others, sadly, met a bit of an end with all that war going on.
Have you had a lot of problems with orc raiding parties? Or not really?
Not where I am, necessarily, but my golems have, as they've been traversing these wilds, finding out more information. And now that I think of it, you all seem rather... a minotaur, a leonin, warrior, you must be them, the ones the orcs talked about in one of my last readings with the golem.
I'd like to think if this is an anime, us four are together, and like a bunch of rainbows just come from behind us, and we all do like this. Ha!
You must be them. You must be the ones that have been causing many problems for the orcs. With that general of yours, whatever his name is.
Davyak, have you heard of him?
Only what the orcs have said.
He's actually missing at the moment, yeah.
He's missing at the moment.
Have your golems seen anything? Apparently he's about 1 day north of where we are.
1 day north of... Let me have a look. And he switches back over to the map, wherein you can sort of see a little bit ahead of where you guys are. And it is continual forest, mainly. But you're reaching now like the edges of the forest where it's getting a lot colder. I do not know this area well, but I did lose a golem once to some traps that were laid there. Be on your guard. Otherwise, no, I do not know if anything is there. Except for, wait, what was it? It landed there. It must have landed there. If 22 was correct, anyway. Golem, new directive. Go and find out what landed one day north of here. A large red orb a few days ago went here. I would like you to find it, and I would like to see it for myself. Okay, but I have a question. What is a directive? I don't know what that means. It means mission, objective, thing you must do for me, or I will turn you into gravel. Ooh, that does seem a little scary, doesn't it? Giri, this guy's not very nice.
You're telling me?
Yeah, is he magic though? He's all glowing and uses a finger and just prods into the projection. Oh, wow!
I think he might be a little bit magic. Yes.
Magic head. Very strange.
Magic head. Not Ciro. Magic head.
Magic head. Well, magic head. I think I can do that, but what's in it for me? Sadly, nothing. A few more days with your friends, maybe.
Hang on a minute, Ciro.
Yes.
We'll cut you a deal here, because I assume we're going with 33/Orson to this orb.
Well, you can go wherever you would like.
Well, this could potentially be of an interest to us as well. So I think a deal is in order. We'll go sort this stuff out, see what's occurring, and then we'll bring Orson back. And if we do all of this successfully, you won't wipe his memory. We'll return him to your service, but we won't wipe his memory. Well, you won't wipe his memory.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm rubbish at this. Where's Orvis?
Anyone can try and help.
Having a golem with a personality, some soul, might be better, rather than a mindless rock monster that wanders around blundering blindly into traps.
I'll say, in this instance, because Sam's rolled it, you may also make a persuasion check, Mittens, as well. So we've got 13 at the minute, and he's thinking about it.
Oh!
Oh, fuck!
Oh, damn.
I'll need compensation for the resources that lay within that golem.
What do you mean compensation? For what? He's coming back to you.
He's coming back to me, yes, but then you're taking him away, not...
Oh no, that's not what I said.
Oh, I'm not having this idiot bumbling around my castle.
Okay, yeah, we'll take him with us then.
Do what you want with him, but he's not staying here. I only want what he sees, the information that you seek. And that I also seek. Fine. Oh, just get this over with. Go find out what happened there. Report back to me, and we will see what we can do. Zero out. Waves his hands like that, and
This guy
projection
far too much time by himself.
disappears. Projection suddenly disappears. Orson looks up at you all. Well, that was really weird.
Did you understand everything that happened there, Orson?
Not really, no. I was more focused on the magic leaves, if I'm honest.
Okay.
They're still up there.
We've conjured a deal where if we do this little job for Ciro, you can continue your journey with us and live life.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, let's do it. See more magic stuff.
Absolutely.
So, what was the job again? Oh, like I said, magic leaves.
We need to go find this orb. You can produce that map, can't you?
He blinks his eyes again and the lamps come on, but there is no map. They blink off. Well, that's awkward.
Can we
Can I
make
take
you
his
remember what you
hand
said?
and press the thing that was in it He said there was like a thing on his hand, right? Like a
Yeah, there's like a swirl. You can like swirl your finger over it. And once again appears Ciro. He's turning around like, What? You again? Did you have more questions? What?
yeah.
What
Can
is
we
this?
have can we have the map, please?
Sadly, only I can show you the map. With his sigil broken, only I can take over him and give you things. He can't really show you anything. He is broken, you see.
It's alright.
Can you show us the map?
I think I've got a way of doing this. But yeah,
Just
you
take
can
a
show us the map
picture.
one more time. That would be great.
Okay. Fine. Bing. The map is shown.
Okay, I'm going to use my performance of creation to create a physical paper map of the layout. This
Okay.
will only work for 4 hours, but for 4 hours we have a map. And if anyone's got any actual physical media, we could make make one that will last. But for 4 hours, we have a map.
Oh,
Drawing while we have the map for 4 hours. We can draw on a bit of paper.
If
Hang
anyone's
on a
ready,
sec.
then yes.
Anyone got any paper?
Or deck of cards.
Got a deck of cards.
Oh, every
You
time
can
you get the map
build
out,
some
it's like a
mountains with
fucking
these
puzzle.
cards. Yeah.
I was thinking like you lay out like ace, 2, 3, 4, and like it's on the back of all the cards, so you're just trying to like get them all in the right place. Massive
We
jigsaw.
could just try and. How far was it?
So from here to the mountain is about sort of 3.5, 4 days. Depends
But to the
on
orb.
how you work. But to the orb is about a day.
Okay, I think we can memorize it enough after it's gone. We can get enough headway, and if we keep memorizing it, we're like not necessarily trackers, not like Mazzy, but I think we could do a decent enough job of trying to find where we're going.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're heading along, I'll say we're going to roll some survival checks, but we'll do it after the break. We'll take a 5-minute break. However, what I'll say is this won't be survival. This can be any skill you would like, any skill you think could be useful in traveling north to try and find this orb. You'll roll it once. If you can convince me it'd be useful, you can roll it. We'll see who passes, who fails. The more useful the skill, the lower the DC. The less useful I find the skill, more useful. Have a think. Obviously, there's like survival and stuff like that, but no two people can use the same skill. I'm going to introduce that little rule. Other than like survival, I'll let people use survival because that's like the basic skill. But yeah, there we go. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes after the break.
What do you want? Is there a craft?
Now, everyone, get your pencils out. Yeah.
Would it be?
No, we'll have to
I'd say it would be dexterity check if you have proficiency in painter's tools, or that's about it. You can. No, calligrapher's tools is writing, not drawing. Or cartographer's tools.
I mean, yeah.
That's a thing. Or navigator's tools. It's also a thing. Calligraphy is like writing fancy. I don't know why they put calligrapher's tools in the game, if I'm honest.
Forgery.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Getting into places you're not supposed to be.
You get proficiency in that at some point, don't you? You get to choose between calligrapher's tools and painter's tools.
What, as
a samurai? Yeah.
I think you're off your rocker, mate.
I think I'm correct. Or is that the Kent-Sign monk?
I'll look it up for you and I'll see.
Cool. I'll be back, JJ.
Yeah, we'll be back for a little bit. Just talking bullshit.
It's really awkward. Well, welcome back. So you guys have had some time to think of some fucking. I'm going to start that again. You guys have had some time to think about some survival checks and what you would like to roll. So does anyone have one to start us off? I'm going to start us off with a skill, a saving throw, or whatever the hell you think you can use to help you guys traveling the wilds of the cold north.
Insight. You didn't even say what you think it would do.
Good thing.
I mean, you rolled it now, and I'm very sorry. Insight's a fail.
I'm happy to go for a survival. Just like, I don't know.
Yeah, just a straight survival check. Yeah, if you want. Roll a survival check.
16.
16 is pretty good. All right, one fail, one success.
I'm going to do an athletics check because I need to be able to jump around obstacles in the icy north. That stay on my feet on the icy north because I've got hooves.
All right, I'll allow it. I'll raise the DC a little bit, but I'll allow it. Not by much, but.
Well, I've clicked it. Has it come in?
No,
not yet.
You probably should have clicked it before the break.
Clearly.
While waiting for that to come in, JJ, do you have one? Mittens, do you have one?
No. Can I make a perception check to keep alert for danger on the road?
Just keep alert for any kind of any specific danger, like is that like animals or people or
other creatures.
So other creatures.
Focusing more on what other creatures might be a threat, less on environmental hazards.
Okay, yeah. Roll a perception check. Yeah, 19. Another pass. Good job.
Matt, I'd click yours again, Matt.
I clicked it about 6 times.
There it is.
Oh, whoa! That just appeared. I had my hands nowhere near the keyboard.
That did just appear. Yeah. Oh god.
So that means you're going to get a lot. You're going to get a lot, lads. They're all going to come through.
Well, I will.
First one.
Yes,
we do.
fortunately, we take the first one. So that is 3 passes and 1 fail. So congratulations, you're all doing pretty well. So you're traveling north. It's cold. It's snowy. Fuck's sake!
They're all really good rolls, by the way.
Yeah, that is a very, very good set of rolls.
I don't know how many more times I clicked it.
Yeah, so you're all traveling north, and it is a cold journey. And the further you go north, the sort of slightly thicker the snow gets. But by the time you're a day north, it's probably not only going to be an inch or 2. But there is some snowfall that does catch on your either fur or cloaks or armor or whatever as you're traveling. You're finding that Orson's just like pointing out fucking everything now, and whether it's getting well, not fucking everything. He's slowly beginning to realize that it is a little bit annoying, and he's running out of things to point out because you are just traveling through a forest. So after he's gone, well, what about that tree? Is that magic? Is that a magic tree? Is that a magic tree? He's sort of just realizing that not every tree is a magic tree, and if there is one, you'll point it out. You see a few. You see very few animals and things around the way. A lot of the animals and stuff are sort of burrowing away. You see a few smaller things like foxes. You do see a small pack of wolves, like 3 or 4 wolves, sort of almost trail you for a little while, but realizing you're with a massive stone golem, as well as the size of some of you guys, they sort of trail off. You do very clearly notice. It's also, there are some icy areas. Trying to sort of stay on your feet isn't exactly the easiest thing on earth. And traveling through a lot of this area, because the road fizzles out very, very quickly, so it is now just traveling over roots and logs and areas of dirt and muck and things like that. So it is kind of hard to sort of press through. But you managed to make it in pretty good time, especially with 3 passes. Yeah, you guys are making decent time, you think. So nothing really ends up happening on your journey. As you're continuing on, you reach an area slightly sort of crested above, and in the distance you think you can see some smoke, just some sort of some billowing smoke in the distance, just about. Potentially an old camp, potentially I don't know, a settlement of some kind. You're not entirely sure. You can go check that out if you'd like.
Like near distance.
Yeah, within a mile.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know.
Obviously, remember Davyak was. So Ricky said that they were near some kind of settlement.
I guess we have.
If you're still going through that route, otherwise, yeah, just traveling off, finding the orb could also be a.
Well, we're still here for Davyak, so I think that's with that knowledge, I think we'd go, because otherwise, it's a shame something's on fire. But as much as we're a skilled group of people, we could be quite easily outnumbered, and we are here just to find Davyak. But I think we'd go and investigate.
Yeah. You head a little bit further in and a little bit further on, sort of turning a little bit. So you've been traveling mostly north at this point, but you have to sort of swerve your way east just a little bit. And by now so you started sort of the day around like 8 or 9 a.m. and by now it's about like 3 p.m. as you're traveling forward. And as you're getting closer and closer, you do realize it is a large group of actually make me a perception check. Who's leading the group, by the way? Who do you think would be at the front? Don't need like a...
Probably be at the front if I'm keeping my eyes out for danger.
Yeah, okay. So just make me a quick
I'm on
perception
Orson's
check.
shoulders.
Nice. He can take another one on his shoulders if anyone would like to also be on the shoulders.
I am.
14.
On the shoulders.
He's got the 2 stockiest people in the group on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's walking by fine. It doesn't bother him at all. You do notice he's taking slightly shorter steps, but I mean that's about it. He's sort of he's perfectly fine. And with a 14, as just on the DC, you're able to just about spot in the distance a group of sort of orcish hunters. They're stood there. There's not many of them, maybe 5 or 6. They're sat with their sort of a hound each. Nothing really going on, nothing really happening with them. They're just sat around eating some food. This doesn't seem to be a large encampment at all, just a small camp where they've set up for a little bit of the day. Some of them are skinning some of the animals that they have found or found and hunted. Some of them are fletching new arrows and things like that, and sharpening some new javelins. Would you interact with them, or would you like to move on? Or
Do we need more information on where Davyak is, don't we? We got a little bit out of that guy that you 2 waterboarded, but we could do with some more up-to-date information, I think.
Well, so they said he was in a camp about a day north of the beginning. That's.
I think we need to interrogate one of these people then.
Yeah.
I mean, do we offer them the chance to give us the information? The other group seemed a bit scared of us, so.
Yeah, we could go in with the whole give us what we want, we'll leave you in peace.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't mind avoiding combat, but at the same time, if it comes to that, happy to absolutely eviscerate anyone on our path.
Yeah.
Who do we send forth as an intimidating presence? I think Balzanor and I on the shoulders of.
I think that works quite well.
Yeah, that's quite intimidating. Until he speaks.
Until he speaks.
Hello there, magic people.
Hello there, magic orcs. Yeah, cool. So, if you guys are...
Can I say to Orson, just let us do the talking?
Alright, yeah. I'm not good at
This could go violent, so just be ready to defend yourself.
Wait, what?
We're at war with these people. We don't want it to be violent, but we were at war with these people, and I think a lot of blood has been shed, so there might be some underlying negative feelings. But we'll try and do this peacefully.
I think that'd be best. I'm not best with violence. But hey ho, maybe we'll make some friends. Yeah.
Somehow I don't think so.
I quite think that's how friends work, but sure.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
As we get close, I would like to loudly announce our presence with a rousing toot on the bagpipes. Giri, bardic inspiration.
Oh.
Okay. Announcing yourself with the bagpipes, immediately these orcs stand up, spears at the ready, like readying themselves. But coming out of the forest is obviously a stone golem with you guys on the back, a fucking minotaur, and a samurai lady. This is pretty terrifying. Can everyone make me an intimidation check, please?
Certainly. See if it works.
See if it works.
I've clicked it.
Boom.
Oh, that's a good flat roll.
That is a good flat roll.
That's not.
That's
You're
not very intimidating. He is playing bagpipes. That makes sense.
Also,
But
if you use the bardic inspiration on an ability check, you get to roll it twice and pick the result.
Okay, cool. I'll bear that in mind. That is a good option.
okay, well, I'll say that orcs are fairly dumb, and you guys are you guys. I'm not going to bother rolling one for Awesome because he was told to keep quiet, so he's just sort of walking in, and yeah, I'll say you've done a pretty good job. So these guys are immediately like stood there. A couple of the wolves try and run away, but the handlers sort of have a hold on them. And there is one who has a sort of like wolf skin, sort of like shawl over him, and then the wolf sort of head over his as an almost helmet or hood. Looks up. Oh, we retreated. What are you doing here? Why have you come this far north?
Orcish.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. We're looking for someone, and we just want information.
Looking for someone?
Mm.
Who?
General Davyak.
The general. The monster. I swear we don't know where he is.
We have
Please,
information informing us he's in a camp nearby. Could you tell us where this camp is?
We have to take him off your hands for you.
We do not have him. We left him be. He did enough damage as it was. And,
why did you leave him be?
Well, because after the 30th orc that ran after him, I think he had enough of the bloodshed. At least we did.
Where was he the last time you
left?
Where was he the last time you knew where he was? I worded that weirdly, but yeah.
A few hours north, maybe. 4 or 5 hours north, there were large red crystals, and it was warm. It was terrifying, and they were dragonborn. I'm sad to say they are no longer dragonborn. That wasn't us. Okay, it was us. But you have to understand. We need to. Things are terrible for us now. We need to survive somehow. That is all I know. If it makes you feel any better, he took out the vast majority of our number. That man, he's horrifying.
Enough. We'll be on our way. Don't follow us.
You do not have to ask us twice. Come. We are done camping here. We must get going. The rest of the orcs get up. Each of them have. It looks like they have like a held action ready. Like they have like javelins on their shoulders, but they're pretty creeped out right now.
Sorry,
and as you're.
Can you just describe what he said about the red area again?
Said there were red crystals in the ground. They were very large. It was warm.
Were they fighting him there?
It seemed so.
Okay. And he's a few days north, or he's not?
And there's a few hours north.
A few hours north.
So it's about 3 p.m. now. You guys made a little bit of the time yesterday, so you think you'd probably get there by just before sundown. If you were to keep it now.
Get a step on then, I think. Do like fast travelling. I don't know how that is detrimental to us. I don't know if we
so, yes, if you were to suddenly travel a little bit faster, especially just for the last few hours, I would say everyone can make any check they'd like, but at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Essentially remake checks, but with disadvantage.
I feel like we would push, because once he's gone from where we know he is, he could be anywhere.
Yeah?
Ish? Yeah.
Let's push.
Yeah?
Right.
Okie dokie. Everyone you can make new checks, you can make the same checks, but with disadvantage.
14.
Oh, that's not bad. I'll do survival again. Look for tracks or whatever. Follow the tracks that they might have left, the orcs.
Yeah.
It's probably more
Okie dokie.
athletics than acrobatics to do the old shimmy up a tree to look ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, but I would also allow perception. I mean, your athletics is pretty decent anyways, and
Yeah, but
so I'd allow that for perception again, sort of thing. Especially to climb some smaller, easier trees, ones where you're not necessarily pushing yourself. Okay, well, to be fair, with disadvantage, you guys have got a decent roll so far. 13. No, great. Nevada, would you like to choose a new skill, or are you sticking with insight?
Wait, so I can't use something someone else has already done?
Yes, you're in the colds of the north.
Unless it's survival.
Unless it's survival, you can do survival. You're in the colds of the north. You can use anything as long as you can.
This is a bit out there.
Bit out there.
But I am a druid. Can I use animal handling?
How would you be using animal handling?
I'd use it in conjunction with talk to animals.
Okay.
To talk to the sort of environment around us and sort of.
Okay, if you mark up a spell slot, yeah, I'll allow you to use that.
Cool. That's probably a massive waste, but it's only a level 1 spell.
Yeah, go for it. This is true.
Who needs them?
Oh, these disadvantage rolls have been pretty
15.
good.
They are actually alright. And yeah, so you guys have done pretty decently. So picking up the pace, keep it on moving on. Mittens, I'm assuming you're at the head of the group. Are you two still on the shoulders of Orson, or are you getting off and
No,
pushing?
we're trying to push now. Trying to push.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are all sort of running along. Orson is pretty big, so he's still at the back. sadly, Mittens, you're still at the front. You're pushing on. You keep heading north, pushing pretty quickly over sort of roots and hedgerows and different things. Trying to make it there. You're getting pretty tough, and this is a good few hours of pushing yourself. So I'll say, can everyone make me a con save, please? As this is, like 3 to 4 hours of push, running.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Balzi? Oh,
Balzi. He's clicked it. Well, sadly,
It's
as
not waiting for me.
As you're pushing yourselves for a fair few hours, by the time you get there, you will have, or by the time whatever happens now, you will have 1 point of exhaustion as you are like jogging, running through the colds of the north.
is that everyone?
Not everyone. So that is Nevado, Maximilian, Giri. You're fine.
What do I need so I know when it comes in?
You need 12.
Okay.
Set the bar pretty low because it's only a few hours.
What does 1 point of exhaustion give you? It tells you.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
23, you're fine. And sadly, Orson can't physically be exhausted. So there we go. Well, goodly, I guess. So you guys are pushing on.
Somehow that's worse.
So you guys are pushing on. It's, you've been traveling for about an hour and a half now. And you sort of leap over sort of roots and you come to a small clearing. You're just going to push through. And I say small, this is like a sort of 15 by 15 foot of just no roots, no nothing. And as you're sort of getting there, and most of you guys are within the sort of square of it by now, you all hear a quite hefty snap. Orson's a little bit behind you, so he won't be affected by this, but you guys just underfoot suddenly hear just a and this is like a trap, so what would you guys like to do?
Roll out of the way.
You have like a reaction, essentially, so you can...
Reaction.
Yeah, so you can jump back, you can do whatever. Jump back, duck,
Roll forward.
get to the
Just roll
floor.
forward.
Just roll forward. Okay, if you're rolling forward, what is the marching order in terms of like, so Mittens is at the front, Orson's way at the back. What's the thing in between? Just so I'm understanding this correctly.
Well, I don't know if Mittens is in the front, but yeah, I'd be near the front with Mittens.
Okay.
Probably.
So Giri's near the front with Mittens. Balzanor, you said you were...
I'll be third then behind him.
Third, and then Nevado, I'm assuming, at the back. Okay, so...
Can I fast step?
Fast step? I'll allow it.
20 meters further forward?
Yeah. Boom. You immediately get further forward. We'll start with Mittens. You said you were going to dive out the way. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please? 15. Okay. Giri, what are you doing?
I was rolling forward.
You're rolling forwards. Oh, okay. So we got these two different things happening.
I imagine Mittens is quite like agile, so he can just pump the brakes. I'm in heavy armor. So if I'm
Yeah,
running,
so
I've got to keep that momentum going.
Yeah. Can you also roll me a dex save to sort of roll forwards with speed? Fucking
That's just man.
0. And Nevado, what are you doing?
Wild shape.
Yeah. Into what?
A crocodile.
A crocodile? Yeah, sure. So that's. I mean,
What did you have for
that is
breakfast?
your reaction.
And was it spiked?
That is so. That is your reaction while shaping into a crocodile. Yeah. Sure. So as you guys are going, Mittens, you're at the very front of the group. right? As you've all gone over this thing, and you've jumped backwards. So as much as your dex save of 15 was pretty good, sadly you've just jumped back into where your friends are. Balzanor, you have far stepped out of there. You're fine. Giri, you've tried to go, but your foot has gone caught on something beneath you as you've taken a heavy step to try and forward roll. And behind you, there is just this whoosh, and there is suddenly just a as a massive crocodile has appeared. And very suddenly, there's just and the floor beneath you collapses. I'm going to need everyone to make a dex saving throw, please.
Thanks.
Crocodiles have
except for Balzanor, of course.
What's your Bardic Inspiration dice? A D8 or
D10.
D10?
It's on an ability check or saving throw. You can use it.
Yeah.
On a.
I thought it was also an attack roll.
Yes.
I've just used it, so that's an 11.
It's an 11.
Which probably still fails.
Yeah, sadly still fails.
Worth a shot.
Nevado, what did you roll, sorry? That's 16.
16.
Is that just flat? Is that just flat for a crocodile?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. No.
16 flat.
Nothing.
And Mittens.
Yeah, when you use it on a saving throw, you only get it once, but you gain temporary hit points equal to the value rolled plus 3. So you gain 10 temporary hit points.
I imagine they're about to disappear, but it was nice of you to give them to me.
Yes, Mittens, can I get a dex save, please?
24.
You've got a 24.
It's in the chat.
Am I not seeing this? It is, yes. I wasn't scrolled up far enough. So, Mittens and Nevado, you guys can take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Giri, you take 11. As you guys suddenly fall 20 feet down into a trap. You guys land on a cold dirt floor. And as you look around you suddenly realize, wait, why have we landed on some kind of net? And it seems that your falling and landing triggered something, and now the net, suddenly, its 4 corners just zoop above you, encasing you all in this net. So, Giri, you're now encased with a fucking lion man and a literal crocodile.
Not happy.
And you guys
I'm
raise...
glad I jumped out.
And you guys raise now 40 feet into the air from the very bottom of this pit. So 20 feet from the ground level and 20 feet further to the very bottom of this pit. The pit is about 15 by 15 feet. It is a 15 by 15 feet square. And as you look down, it seems the pulling of this, rope up has also conjured some kind of contraption to now pull spikes up from the bottom of the pit.
Ooh.
It seems the goblins and orcs have been rather clever with one of their traps.
Is this
What would you like to do?
net straining at all?
Uh,
Bloody
not
crocodile in there.
Not really. It's pretty impressive. 'Cause, 15 by 15, they're probably expecting a decent amount of people to come in here. And this is very, very, very thick rope tied together in double knots and in double sort of things.
Like a giant ape, for example.
A giant ape.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But obviously remembering if you break the net, you fall on some spikes. Potentially. Unless you were to grab the net or do whatever the hell you guys can think to do.
I'm just saying, so I'm looking up how much crocodile weighs. What kind of crocodile are you?
We're getting into the things of this.
No, I don't. I'm just saying, I don't think the counterweight would be heavy enough to carry. I think I'm quite heavy. I think Mittens is probably quite heavy as well. And then Luke's a fucking crocodile.
Yeah, but if it was, the crocodile probably only weighs as much as 4 or 5 people. If it's a 15 by 15 thing, it's probably designed to catch a group of 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
How big are the gaps in this net?
They're about a foot. So you can kind of stick your arm in there, kind of thing.
Okay, where does the top of this? Can we see the top of this like net.
The top of
where it's attached to. Yeah.
Where it's attached to the whole contraption. So it seems like about 20 feet above you, there is, so like the net goes up to some, connects and goes up to some ropes, which are about sort of 20 feet above.
Because, I mean, I could potentially wild shape again into a rat, climb up the ropes, and then just fuck off and leave you guys in the net.
Cheers.
Or I could polymorph into a giant ape and pull you out.
I mean, are you communicating this as a crocodile?
Just fucking spinning
Don't eat me!
around.
Don't eat me!
I'll unpolymorph.
Ow, that's my tail.
Yeah, he retains all of his intelligence statistics, and I
Okay,
believe all
that's
of
it.
his languages, but he can't communicate
He's
back.
unwild shaped.
You can speak to him,
I'll
but he can't
unwild
speak back.
shape.
Okay.
Okay,
And
okay,
I'll suggest this plan.
okay, that's cool.
You put
Oh, this is,
transform into a giant ape.
Yeah.
while this is happening, Ben, can I sort of investigate to see if there are any traps above that are similar or near the area?
Yeah, roll.
Well, there's a way for them to
or perception.
Yeah. So, what was that? Sorry.
Investigation or perception to
Yeah.
try and find some other traps in and around the area.
Which one's higher? Really want a -1, so let's go for the 1.
Yeah, 17. You are looking around and you sort of think. So there's a couple of sort of like bear traps that you can see, just sort of small little crude wooden ones. So they're sort of thinking that the sort of idea was that they would have a load of traps in and around outside this clearing to almost push people, a lot of smaller ones outside this clearing to sort of push people into the big un trap. But with the 17, you've been able to see most of them, been able to clear a bit of a pathway away from you, but it looks like sort of like 10, 15 feet just away from you. There's nothing.
Can I see
there isn't much.
any way that they, I don't know, how they made the trap, how they, I don't know, might try and get people out of this trap? Ways
Yeah.
down, I don't
It's a
know.
lower step.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll another investigation.
Can you use the other one? No.
Sadly not. You're looking around and you sort of like looking behind the tree and stuff, and wherever the main contraptions of this trap might be, they must be pretty high in these trees, and these trees are pretty thick as well. Like once it, they're like those big sort of fern trees. So once it gets past the trunk into the main sort of bit, there's just a lot of leaves and things, and you can't quite see
How far
where
away?
it goes.
How far
Well,
away from the
because I've already used my fast step spell,
Yes.
I can now use that as a bonus action for the next next minute.
Yeah.
So can I get up there and have another look around to see if there's a way of?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Roll another investigation. Well, Sam,
be
you
better.
were going to ask.
Yeah, how far are we off the floor?
So off the regular. So you guys are 20 feet off of the floor, and then 20 extra feet off of the bottom of the pit.
How tall is Orson?
Orson is about 30 feet tall.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
15 feet tall. Sorry, 15 feet tall.
Do you think he could reach us?
If
I
he
know
stretches
we're
arms
over
out,
the
he he could probably, like, if he stretches his entire arms out, he could probably just, like, get his fingertips on the net.
Okay, hear me out. I'm just thinking if we, I've
Finger,
got a little
pull it up.
dagger. I can try and cut a little hole, and we can slip out and climb down Orson
Yeah, if you can pull us
away a little bit.
away, so we're not going to fall down this hole. I've got claws.
Yeah,
Well,
we can.
nice.
all of
I've
us
just
have a
rolled-
splash.
Very green 21.
Yeah. So, I was going to say, so that plan does sound pretty good if you were to tell Orson that he'd be on board. Whereas, Balzanor, you've now far stepped up this tree, and you've gone a decent way, and you can finally now see, in the midst of all these bush and things, you can finally see the counterweight they've used, as well as the sort of contraption that it is. And it does seem from here that they didn't plan on bringing anyone down. The entire point of this is to, like, people get strung up, they poke them with very long spears, and then they sort of leave them there as a sign of, haha, you're fucked. And now there's a big, and then they'd probably like relay the pit trap at the bottom of them, so anyone that would try and get them down falls into the pit trap or whatever. But there doesn't seem to be, I mean, you've found the counterweight, so you could cut the counterweight if you would like, and somehow try and slowly lower that, but...
Balzanor, don't cut that, please.
No, can it? Because I can see the spikes underneath them.
We're going to try and get on Orson, cut a way out and climb down him.
Yeah, fine. Because I'm not really found anything that's going to help, so yeah.
Cool. So, in that case...
Is there any way, sorry, actually, is there any way of me reducing the amount of the counterweight, or is it like a stone, just one big rock?
I mean, it's a big rock, but you've got a club. You could try and chip bits off of it, or you've got like fire spells. You can try and burn bits off of it.
This is getting too dangerous to chuck on the spikes, so I don't think I'll bother.
If you lowered it, it would be easier for Orson to grab.
That's what I was trying to think. But if I lowered it a bit,
a good idea.
Yeah, you could certainly try and lower certain aspects of it.
Smack the rock out, though. That's the only issue.
That is true. I mean, it's a fucking heavy thing. You're probably not going to smack it out. I mean, with a club or a great club, you can probably, with a decent hit, get some chips off of it. But
I use my dagger,
yes,
and my club as a hammer and chisel. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll allow it to try and start knocking some bits off. Roll a straight. This is more like trying to be careful and knock some bits off. So just roll straight dexterity.
Dex, wherever you.
This is more to see how fast you can do it while they're sorting out their plan.
I'll click it.
He's clicked
It's
it.
annoying.
What do we need to roll to try and like claw our way through this?
So to cut your way through it, again, I'll say an attack roll using whatever you're trying to cut through it with. 16. That's pretty good. Yeah, you definitely cut through the thing. Oh, okay. That is with a great sword, but I'll allow it.
I actually have my dagger set up, but I'm assuming it would be the same.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the thing. Yeah, it would be, because just d20 plus strength plus proficiency. Yeah, so Mittens, you're sort of like getting through, and you've gotten through one of these little bits, but Giri very, very quickly then just pulls out the dagger and just managed to slice through. How big of a hole are you making? Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's going to be a reasonable size.
Awesome. So we can climb through. Yeah.
Several links to get. Armoured Giri, big Mittens.
Okay.
Like a cat, he can squeeze through very small spaces because he's a lot of fluff.
So I'll say everyone else is sort of hanging on. Someone's going through first. So whoever's going through first, can you make an athletics or acrobatics check to try and maneuver your way sort of down, out, under Orson's arm, and then pulling yourself through? Whereas Balzanor, you're sort of chipping away at this thing. I'll say you can give the last person to go advantage.
Boulder parchment shears to see who goes first. Boulder parchment shears to see who goes first.
Well, I might go last because I'm not very dexterous, and you can all catch me when I eventually fall. So it's between you and Nevado.
I don't mind.
I'll just go then.
Okie dokie.
I'll use acrobatics. 19.
19. Easy. First one, just dig your claws in. Not enough to sort of scratch him or anything, just enough to get some grip. Managed to get down easy. Ooh, that tickles. Nevado.
I'll go for athletics as well. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can do athletics or acrobatics, either or.
Oh no.
You're going through, and you're trying to maneuver around, but you've been grabbing onto this net, and now with Mittens gone through, it's become a little bit big, and you're trying to pull through, and you begin to fall. Can you make me a dex save?
Can I try and catch him? Can I try and reach through and catch him?
Okay. First, Giri, make a dex save then.
Dex save. Okay. Oramus, you might have to make a dex save. No, Oramus.
Oh! As he falls, wow!
Coming up clutch.
Just grabs onto his cloak. Just as he's falling, you're able to grab on, and from there, very, very slowly, you can make your way down.
I'll just, as I'm holding him, I'll just say, "You are so light. Eat some food, bro."
And as it takes quite a while for him to get down, yeah, Balzanor, you're chipping away at this thing, and about a minute or two's gone by now, and you finally sort of get enough where it's starting to make a difference. And now, Orson's almost just gets a hold. He can almost just about grab your foot, Giri. So you could either just drop and let him try and catch you, or you could clamber your way down.
I'll push
Basically,
my way
it's either
out.
you rolling on me.
I'll push my way out because I didn't realize we could use athletics, so I'm confident in my athletic ability. Rolling that one.
Nah, 15, you're fine.
That's all right.
Yeah, you're able to pull yourself down. No worries. Balzanor. It's been about a couple of minutes. You chipping away at this thing, and very, very quickly you can almost feel the counterweight now just dropping back down as nothing is in the net. Counterweight falls just immediately to the ground, just falls a bunch. Like, brilliant.
How long did you say it's been?
About a minute or two.
I can't.
So your spell is worn off slightly.
Oh, my spell's worn off. Damn it. I'm stuck up here.
And you are now stuck up a tree.
Is it easy to climb down the tree?
I mean, you can make a roll. You're about 60 feet up.
60?
Oh my god.
Right, I did not
something
realise
along
that.
those lines. Yeah, like I said, these huge, like, massive, like, redwood, like, Californian redwood style fern trees. You're fucking high.
Nice one, bro.
Right. I'm just going to assume that we're not going to get into too much trouble before I have a next long rest. So I'm going to use my level 6 spell, which is Tasha's Otherworldly Guise. Bit of a weird one, but there you go. I'm going to sprout some wings.
Gonna sprout some wings. Woof. Suddenly sprout some wings. You guys are looking up. You see some movement in the tree above you, and suddenly floating down.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of jump out slightly into a bit of a dive. Then sprout the wings, because I'm only 40 feet of movement with the wings. And then sort of glide, and then, yeah.
Glide.
I'm down and catch myself, sort of, really. I can
Lands.
fly, yeah.
Cancel the spell. You're all back down. Orson's just like, ooh, I've never seen a cow do that before.
Have you heard the one about the cow jumping over the moon? What's this guy?
You see, legends come from somewhere.
way. That's incredible. You jumped over the moon.
I did
God.
in my younger days, yeah.
Oh, this is incredible. He's a magic cow. Well, this. My mind is blown, good sir.
Do you have a symbol
Been
worth
very
at least 500 gold pieces?
Do you have a what?
The material component for that spell.
No, you don't. An object engraved with the symbol of the outer planes.
He thought he did, jumped off, expecting his wings to come out, and they haven't, and he's just on the floor.
We'll backtrack a little bit and say you're still up there. What would you like to do?
Right?
Cry. So you guys know
Can I
Balzanor
just-
went up there, but he hasn't come back down.
Should we leave him?
Can I sort of have a look to see how easy it would be to start climbing down? Is there like an easy path that I could take?
Yeah,
Or is it like no branches?
I mean, there's there's no branches, but there is like the bark, and obviously big tree, quite thick, chunky bark. You can roll a perception to try and get a good way down before then trying to climb down.
Perception.
I'll say perception. Yeah.
While he's trying to climb down, can I have a look around just to see if anyone, like, if this was an active trap, or, well, obviously it's an active trap, but like if anyone's monitoring it and coming for us now?
Yeah. What?
Can I just sort of go down the rope that is the trap?
Yeah. Because everyone's now out of the thing and the counterweight has now been dropped, the rope has just gone.
Is that going to straight up? Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, sorry.
Are we still waiting on your roll?
Yeah, we're still waiting on our roll. Sorry.
Fair enough. No, it's fine. If you try rolling just a straight d20 instead, does that show up like immediately? Or
it says rolling dice. ...
Let's see. In any case, perception check. Or I can.
Can you get into my sheet and roll it for me? Oh, it's just come through.
A 5.
5.
Nothing really. You can't really see a decent way down. It all looks very similar. So, you can. You can. You can attempt to climb down, but no bit looks easier than any other.
Oh, the man who could help out here with his magical abilities is not really saying anything. It is amusing to watch mortals engage in such trivial activities.
Can I ask? My God, I've forgotten his name. Big Rockman.
Right, definitely not helping now.
No.
Awesome.
Can I ask him to put his hand up? See if he can.
Yeah, so he puts his hand up. That's now about 25, 30 feet. Once he puts his hands up,
so there's a 50.
So he could try and catch you.
Oh, screw it. I'm just going to use my fast step because I've got 2 level 5 abilities, so I'm just going to fast step down again.
Okay, fast step.
I really didn't want to use it, but
down.
We're thinking too much into this.
That's fair.
I didn't trust myself. I've got hooves, man.
Yeah, but you've also got +4 strength.
I'm just going to hug the tree all the way down. How am I going to grip?
Anyway,
like a mountain.
I don't trust myself. If I fall, I'm falling in these spikes. I don't want to try this.
Have you got a rope?
I don't think so.
what kit do you have? Like everyone gets like it's an adventuring kit or a dungeoneering kit or something like that. I think most of them come with rope.
Can I? If you don't have a rope, I will tie my rope to the end of one of my arrows, and I'll fire it into the branch next to your face.
I'll say for now to speed things up. He said he used his fast step. He used his fast step. Did you?
Yeah.
Back down.
And I don't think I actually. Oh, Dungeoneer's back.
Dungeoneer's back. I think that comes with rope, but for the simplicity of it, we'll set it back down.
Did I see anyone approaching?
No, not with a 10. You're looking around and you're thinking, well, those guys said, and it was about only an hour and a half away, that a lot of the orcs were retreating, and they had retreated. So the ones that are left are sort of like stragglers or ones who are a bit overconfident. And looking at the trap, it probably seemed, it does seem a little bit dated. Nevertheless, there could be anyone, but no one has come for you as of yet.
Okay.
So
keep making our way. I'm making my way
forward. Making my way downtown. Cool. Continuing on, straight back to it, pushing onwards, and it's another sort of hour and a half maybe before you can eventually find, and you smell it before you find it. So in the distance, you can see. Way off in the distance, just as you're sort of reaching the top of this plateau, you can see this large camp. But before you even reach that, you begin to, Mittens, with your 17 passive perception, you can smell something in the air, something rotting and rancid. And that's coming just sort of in an easterly direction from where you guys are. Westerly direction, slightly more west than the camp. Can either head straight to the camp or follow this, or what are you thinking?
Well, is Mittens the only one that smelt it?
I think
He smells it, felt it. Am I right?
He's got a 17 passive perception. I'll say yeah. That's when you start bringing in smells and certain things like that. So,
what was the two options? Head towards the smell or head towards
the camp, the orcish camp that you can just about see a little ways away, a couple of hundred meters away.
Well, I think we should keep going for Davyak myself, but.
Davyak,
wait, Davyak's not actually he's not captured in a camp, is he? He's
not in the camp. Yeah. So they were saying from the person yesterday said a group went to get the remains of the supplies that were in this camp and leave, and on the way they saw a group of Dragonborn and attacked them. They've been missing ever since.
Okay.
They said the Davyak killed like 30 of them, and I smell a lot of dead something. That way.
Oh, so head towards the smell then. Is that what it smells like? Decaying corpses?
You can make a perception check or something to try and better get a read on it, but it smells bad, whatever it is.
It smells rancid.
Yeah, now that you're picking it up, yeah, it definitely smells a lot of dead. So you move along a little bit more in a westerly direction, and there, in a it's not even really a clearing, is a load of Dragonborn bodies, probably around 15 or 16 of them, with maybe 5 or 6 orcish bodies laid here. This could potentially be where Davyak was holed up with them beforehand. If anyone would like to make any checks to try and identify any more about this, or see where things might have, what may have happened here and where people might have gone, you can do. It's obviously investigation, there's medicine, there's all sorts of stuff, anything that you can think to roll.
I do a survival for tracks? Any sort of tracks?
Yeah, of course.
Alright.
Yeah, 18 survival, alright. So with that, actually with an 18, that's very, very good. So you can see, coming from the east is tracks towards this camp. That's probably the orcs coming here. You can see they are massed around sort of like a small plateau just to the east, looking at the bodies, a lot of javelins and stuff. From your sort of military thinking, you're probably thinking they probably started off with an ambush of javelins and things and then came in for the kill. And around, you can see one set of tracks that leads straight west. And these tracks are more of something large in the dirt being dragged rather than actual footprints. A lot of the ground is matted. Something fairly heavy had been sort of dragged and pulled across the ground. And you're looking at it and you can see a few drops of sort of Icarus, almost like sludge, like greenish venomous sludge or whatever the fuck this is. You're not quite sure. But there are also tracks heading northeast. Now, these tracks heading northeast, looking around with an 18 survival tracks, you can also see a small arrow shaft. It's only the back of an arrow shaft, but it's got blood covering the entire thing, bright red blood. That probably the person. There are many tracks here, so it's not necessarily one person's tracks, but it does seem that whatever was here could have, if this is the way Davyak went, there could have been the orcs following him. Maybe he was just trying to run away. The blood drops stop after a little while. Davyak's got some healing properties. Maybe he was shot running away and healed himself a little before he continued on. Whatever happened, you're not quite sure. So you've got these sort of dragged tracks, or you've got ones.
So he's not here by himself, is he? Or
no, he was here with a large group of Dragonborn. All these Dragonborn look to be merchants, look to be regular people. There's a cart there with some boxes. None of them have really been pilfered at this time. None of them look like warriors at all. Not a single one of them is even wearing armor. A couple of them have got like daggers in their hands from where they probably tried to defend themselves, but it was pretty much Davyak on his own on this one, trying to protect these people.
Damn, Davyak was on flames.
He did it well. There's a lot of dead Dragonborn, but yes, he did all right.
Can I make an investigation check, or doing some sort of check to like look through their belongings to try and work out why a group like this would be here?
Yeah, of course. Roll investigation. 16.
Sorry, that should be a disadvantage.
16. So, yeah, looking at this sort of thing, you're pilfering through a couple of pockets, and you find one or two notebooks. And even in these notebooks, they seem to be referencing something. None of them quite exactly say what it is, except for one, which states something along the lines of, "Finally, we're in the north. I can speak freely in here. We're going to make it. We're going to get there. The sanctuary is only a few days away. We just got to make it through this bloody cold." That's about all it says. Well, and something along the lines of the bottom, "I hope it's what they all say it is. We can finally be free."
Okay.
And this is dated 2 days ago. 3 days ago, sorry. So, probably just after Davyak met up with them and they made it past the borders of the, like a North Guard, heading north.
What colour is Orcish blood?
Orcish blood is a dark, sort of greenish blood.
Okay, so the tracks that I saw that was someone being dragged off, that had dark greenish blood, and the one that was going the other way with the arrow shaft, that was red.
That wasn't necessarily blood, that was more like an ichor, very thick, venomous
Like a poison.
ichor. Like a poison or something.
Okay. What colour is the blood of Dragonborn?
Dragonborn, it depends on the chromatic type. It's sort of it's almost like you've taken like the red blood of a person and you've added a tint of whatever colour they are. So white Dragonborn have very light red blood.
So
green have a bit of a murky colour. Yeah, predominantly red, but this arrow shaft is quite bright red, like a very average blood type, similar to yours.
Okay. I think he went that way then.
The Dragonborn were held up the notebook. And they were heading to some sort of sanctuary, it says. Don't know what that's about. Maybe we can ask Davyak when we find him. Looks like he went north. And something else went. I mean, this is the area where they said. Do we think this is the area where they said there were like red shards in the ground?
Were there any red shards in the ground?
Not here, no.
Does it look like the ground's been disturbed in any way, where like things like came out of it or have gone back into it?
No, very average ground, snow falling.
I mean, this is the area where Davyak was attacked, but it's not the area with red shards.
Does Davyak doesn't use poison, does he?
Not to your knowledge. He's recently become obviously a paladin in the last sort of year, and so he's you've known him to be able to like set his sword alight on fire, and he uses that to like sort of smite people, essentially like the searing smite spell. He's a pretty big fan of that. He uses things like divine smite and stuff like that to attack people and things like that. He uses his bow a lot, but no poisons.
There's a camp a little ways from here that we believe is abandoned. Should we confirm that that's abandoned and then follow this trail north that we think might be Davyak?
The only thing I'm thinking is the other trail where the poison is. If Davyak doesn't use poison as a weapon, is that someone that's been poisoned by an orc? I don't know why he'd go. That was south, wasn't it? That track.
West.
That track was west, and obviously these have been here for like a day. So I mean, you don't know what else has been around here.
It's true. I think we go investigate the camp, and then I think they follow the one with the red blood.
I mean, I think if we find Davyak, we'll get some answers to some questions.
Yeah. Okay.
So head to the camp.
to the camp. So you follow the tracks from the easterly direction, heading towards the camp where you sort of like know it is. And yeah, you get to the camp, and for a minute you're sort of like, you know, crouching, you're remaining low, but if there was anyone here, they would have definitely seen you by now, as you have to cross. You know, they've cut down a lot of the trees in this sort of area around it to make sure that they can see anyone coming. It's not a big camp by any means. Nowhere near as big as the camp you guys all attacked in that one shot we did. This is a much smaller camp, maybe fits like 15 or so tents, and there's one single watchtower, a large tent sort of in the center. This was more of a lookout area, a holding out place. As you sort of step inside, there are no bodies or anything here. This place hasn't been touched in a very long time. You can see the footprints of some smaller animals, like foxes and ferrets and things like that. Things that might have come through here. And obviously, if anyone had been here recently, these animals definitely wouldn't have been here. They probably would have been killed and hunted. So yeah, no one's been here. You can all try and make a perception check or investigation to search through the camp, see if there's anything of slightly more interest. Okay, so 17, an 8, a 6.
Matt's got a nat 20 on ice.
He does. Also 19 there. Yeah.
Yeah, also 19.
Oh, did yours actually come through in good
He
time?
came through straight away. I'm back in the game, lads.
Oh my god, he's back! So, yeah, Giri and Nevada, you guys are looking through. You guys take the sort of main, the main outer parts, and there's nothing really there to suggest anyone's been here. And even Mittens and Balzanor, you guys sort of pilfer through some of the tents, and you can't see anything really in here either. Although you can see a lot of supplies here. Food that's now gone rancid, spears and shields and swords. It seems that these orcs never actually made it here to collect their supplies at all. They were probably just prowling the area around so that they could, pilfer through this stuff freely before they were attacked. Although they attacked the Dragonborn. There's plenty of different stuff there. There's weapons, there's very basic armors. Food is mostly sort of gone very rancid and rotten, but this is a small sort of orcish camp. They don't really hold anything of great value here.
How many javelins can you hold?
I think it's 5 or 10. I don't know.
Okay, well, we can check that one later. But I would like to stock up on the maximum amount of javelins available.
Cool. Yeah. Easily done. Anyone else like to grab anything here or move on?
I'm maxed out of javelins if it's 5, but if it's more, then I will do the same.
Cool. Okay. In which case, we can move on to the other path. If there's nothing here, you make your way back to the camp. Orson's getting very confused and a little bit like a child. He's getting very impatient. He's like, "Oh, why don't we just go? Why don't we just keep going?" He's a bit also confused as to what's going on here, and oddly quiet after seeing a lot of these bodies as well. Obviously, the guy said he's got the mind of a 10-year-old. So, for someone as immature, this is a little bit sort of striking to him, but he's trying to play it off with humor. He's trying to play it off with asking about things around while you guys are trying to do your thing. You begin to follow the the track with some blood near it, and can everyone just make me a survival to try and stay on track with this path? Oh. Balzy straight in. Again.
He's found his feet. Sorry, who's?
You're a late riser, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
So yeah,
time
you
to get up
guys
to that 7 feet.
again, two passes, two fails. You guys do a decent job. It's a little slow going, but
You say 2 passes, 2 fails.
well, yeah, Nevado has disadvantage because he's tired,
Oh, you idiot!
exhausted from all the running.
Idiot!
That's who you're insulting there, whether it's Ben.
So you're pushing on.
Tired.
You're pushing on, moving through the trees again. Sort of a light snow falling down, masking a few of the tracks, but. Giri, you're sort of keen on this, and you're looking at not just areas where the footprints, but areas where they've affected other things, snapped branches and stepped over sort of toadstools and weeds and vegetation and things like that. And you're able to maneuver through, and you can see this is very sporadic. The orcs almost like they were following him, but then he disappeared. Oh no, wait, no, but then they've seen him east, so they've travelled eastwardly. Oh no, wait, no, he's disappeared again. Davyak is... he was a ranger, much like Mazzy, so he knows his way around a forest, and but he's also injured, and so he's making mistakes. And the further you go, the more they're staying on a straight path, the less he's managing to lose them. Until eventually you come to a clearing. And this clearing is like no other clearing you've seen. This isn't here because, the trees just haven't grown here, or because it's been chopped down. Instead, they've been burned down, it seems. And it is rather oddly warm here. There's patches of snow which aren't, here you can see the dirt beneath. And there is this semicircle of very, very large red crystals in the ground.
Let's get a map up.
Hold on.
Sorry, how far north of the camp is this?
This is probably a couple of miles far north of the camp, so it's now getting rather late in the day. The sun is beginning to come down. So if I just shove you guys onto this, and you can see the kind of thing I mean.
Like a dragon priest, yo.
So there are these huge gems that stick out of the ground. The tallest one, probably something like, 20 feet in the air. Orson's very confused, like, are these magic rocks? As you're looking at them, and they each have a very faint glow. And the closer you move further, the closer you move to them, it is a little bit warmer. A slight comfort compared to the cold winds that are surrounding you. But also, there's the smell of burning, of like sulfur, of also like bodies and death. It's rank, it's horrible. Around all of these, there's one gem that isn't on the map, but there is one directly in the center of this small circle. And it's special. Unlike the others, this one is shaped. It's like a small sort of cornucopia, like a bowl, a very jagged bowl, and around the back of it, this splayed decoration of gems that sort of like come around the back, almost like if you did like this,
like a flower,
but sort of like with the almost like a flower and bloom that's there, sat in the ground, and you think something was probably meant to sit here, but it's not here. Nothing's here, except for 30, maybe 40 dead orcs. Now, these ain't just dead orcs. This is carnage. No single orc is in one piece. There are pieces everywhere. The blood splatters over the gems. They're splattered over the trees yards away. Whatever the fuck happened here. And you're looking at it and like, this was maybe a blade did this, but also there's like claw marks over one of them's chest, over their face. One of them is somehow stuck in a branch on a tree way up there. One of them has been impaled on one of the gems itself. How the fuck did he get up there? Something real messed up must have gone on here. This is one of the most grotesque sights you guys have ever seen, and you've been in war for the past year.
I'm going to get my sword out and just hold an action to attack.
Hold an action to attack, yeah.
This is very unsettling.
probably rather good, as you're stood there, but not from anywhere near these gems at all, but rather from around you, sort of around in the forest. There's this growling, like a wolf, but slightly higher pitched. And revealing themselves from the trees are these creatures, almost like giant bats, very large bats, but they've got the head and the hind sort of legs of a wolf, red burning in their eyes. Their sort of fur sort of frilled with this shroud about them. And
I'll just see what they show with that.
yeah. And as they appear, there are about 4 of them. Let me just put them into place.
Half wolf, half bat.
Half wolf, half bat. Nothing like you've ever seen on this earth. And even the wolf parts, like even the facial wolf parts, you guys fought wolves yesterday. These are like no wolves you've ever seen. They're a little bit more bony, a little bit... There's just something about them that's a little bit off, a little bit thinner. Their snouts are just a tiny bit longer. Their eyes, like I said, burning red. And they appear just about there. And each of them sort of growls, hisses, screeches at you, almost like a bat's sort of screech. The 2 bat ones lift themselves off the ground into a flight, and they begin to push forward, and that is where we roll initiative and probably call. We got 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, hello.
Nevado shitting his pants. Oh.
Fast as fuck, boy.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. That size.
Yes.
Go there. So we've got Mittens. We've got Giri. This is written in black. That's unfortunate on a black background.
You're counting off the initiative like awesome.
I got
Get
Mittens.
that, dude.
I got Ketmendu. I got Giri. So yeah, Mittens. There we go. Giri. Balzanor. Nevado. And I will point out, as you guys see all this stuff, so does Orson. Oh, sorry. And he collapses into a pile of rocks. Just tell me when it's over.
Would be helpful.
Is that Ben? Is that your revenge from we had Frick the absolute decimator?
A little bit. And
cheers, Orson. You stay right there, please.
he's probably just like back here. I'll get like a little token for Orson. He still understands what's happening all around him, but he's, like I said, mind of a child.
He does,
so
we don't have a clue.
It's a great camouflage, that. Just, no, pile of rocks.
Yeah. If you guys want, we can either try and do 1 round of combat now, or we can call it and save it for next week. Up to you guys. Depends.
Should we do a quick round? Because it'll probably just do movement and maybe some shots.
Yeah, sounds good. So, Mittens, you are up first.
Okay, I am, as a bonus action, I would like to roll.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 up here. And I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Excellent.
Doesn't miss. That's fucking bullshit.
That does miss, sadly, as this thing very quickly just out the way. Extraordinarily fast. And even as it moves, this sort of cloud of black mist sort of moves with it as it dodges out the way. Anything
Throw a
else?
javelin like a year 9 at district sports.
Straight through the ogre's pinwheels.
Anything else on your turn?
Nah, that's all the fun stuff I can do.
Excellent. Next up, we have them.
Oh,
And
good.
they.
I think you're about to get an immediate retort for that rubbish javelin throw.
And it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to take a couple of attacks against you.
Fuck off.
Okay, that one misses. That's an 11. That was this bite. And now, after his bite, it gets to come in and swipe with you with 2 claws. That is a 15.
That misses.
Misses, and a natural 20. Which I'm assuming
That's the
hits.
third natural 20 against you with these characters.
I know.
And I've
I'm very
got
sorry.
3 times.
I know. I'm so sorry. The last time, bear in mind, there was just so many dice I was rolling for you because everything had advantage, and it was just a pain in the bum. So it's 3, 11 plus 16 points of slashing damage, and
Gets halved, fortunately.
1, 5, 11 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, that's less fun. I'm suddenly
Oh, dear.
in of trouble.
Oh, these things need to die quickly. We need to gang up on these boys.
Next up
should we
is
flank?
this guy who is flying. He's about 20 feet off the ground. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's sad.
They're both airborne.
They're both airborne.
How airborne?
And about 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Can they? Are you in range for that? How far?
Oh, I hate these questions. Ben asks himself.
No, you're not. Fuck. In which case, this one's just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Piece out of this combat.
Then dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. I'm actually going to retake that movement. 35, 40. And he's going to go there. Next up is Giri.
Are they so? Sorry, could you put a symbol on them?
Red. So red and blue are in the air. Yeah, I'll put a symbol on them now. What's a good symbol? It's fucking.
whoosh.
There's
Sort of whoosh.
there's the wings. I'll do those wings at the bottom, even though these are fiends, not angels, but whatever. They're flying.
So this one's
The green one is on the ground.
okay.
yes.
5, 10. Going to invoke my fighting spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll take three smacks at this boy.
3 smacks of that boy. Rolled hit.
I won't take -5 on this one. I'll just see if I get a hit. 21,
21 hits.
16 slashing.
Oh fuck. Yep.
Number 2, 17.
17 would hit. However, as you begin to slash across at it, it pulls its wings up sort of over itself, or like in front of itself. And these wings are quite tough. And as you sort of smack against the wings, you miss, sadly. So that
Is that
misses.
like its reaction?
That did rather look like its reaction, yes.
Cool. I'll hit him again then, in frustration.
But that one, yeah, you managed to just sort of slice between the 2 wings and
Max damage.
just push it forward.
19.
19. Fuck a duck. Nicely done.
And then That's all I'll do for the moment. I think I'll look back at the other two. I'll just shout, "One of you help Mittens."
Okie dokie. Next up, it is Balzanor.
I hear what you're saying, but I also hear what you said earlier. Where well, I'm just going to go with what I was planning anyway, which was moving up here, and I'm well aware I'm probably going to act like a target. And then I'm going to firebolt green.
Firebolting within 5 feet is a disadvantage.
Is there anyone else getting a call from Luke?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
This is really weird.
his phone's.
Yeah, Discord. Cool. Should we go into that real quick? Or
Yeah.
not bother?
Can you not join his PC?
Wait. I can't stop him. Shut up. There we go. Sorry, what was that, Ben? There was a disadvantage.
Disadvantage within 5 feet.
I'll take 5 feet back, which means I don't get advantage. Fair enough. There's no point in me moving over there. I'll just move to here then.
Should I have a club?
He
I
doesn't
don't
have a
have a club, but I want to firebolt because this will do a little bit more damage.
Giri, is your sword magic?
I can't remember. You gave me one from my family. Is it magic?
I can't remember whether it was actually magical or not. I'll keep the damage that you've done just now, but I'll find out from my notes this week. Can't remember whether I made it magic or not. I'm pretty sure it was maybe I didn't, but it still got the damage plus. But I'll find out for you for next week.
Okay, cool.
Never mind.
It's not rolling for
Balzanor.
extra damage for magic.
It's got extra damage. It's not got extra to hit.
But yeah, but it's got extra
Then I
damage
think-
for great weapon fighting or something, isn't that?
No,
it's
it has
for
plus
the sword.
2 with the sword, which actually I think makes it non-magical. So actually, your damage is unfortunately halved on it.
Whoa,
I'm very sad to say.
I need to get a silver sword.
Yeah, I don't think any of it's got magical weapons.
Sadly not. Maybe something to try and pick up from this guy's archive. You don't know. Balzanor, yes, you were going to do stuff. 14 does not hit, I'm afraid. That is said. Anything else on your turn?
Cry? No. I'll tell you what, I will move here to give Giri advantage.
Okay, cool. Shit, don't know what to do. Don't know what to do about this.
Are we,
Just ask him what he's doing. I think.
should we join
Be the last in the
this
round.
call?
Yeah, he's the last in the round.
Maybe just take his turn at the beginning of the next session.
Yeah, that might be.
Unless he wants to
might be.
type all of it out. But
Tell you what, if you guys head off, and I'll go through his turn with him, and then we'll call it there.
Okay.
Cool. Oh no, wait, he's typing.
What are you doing?
Hear me?
Pass it along.
Yo, hello.
What are you doing, Luke? I'll pass it along.
Hey, I just heard you. Ben said he's going to join the Discord.
Alright.
Here again.
What's he doing? As he said.
He hasn't said.
Oh, just thank the maker. Okay. I'll join the Discord. I'll see you guys. See you guys when I see. JJ, I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys on Thursday. Have a good one. Unfortunately, the internet has been the bastard again this week, but there we are.
Fingers crossed.
Have a good one.
Better.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. It's a little bit. The fingers crossed a little bit better next week. Gonna go do Luke's turn. And yeah, see you guys next week. Hope you all enjoyed. Ta-da. Bye.
Bye.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
In and out.
Oh, dear.
Level 5 conjure animals, 16 bears.
Finally made it. Finally made it.
Can't hear me in here.
Yes. Okay. Level 5 conjure animals. Grab your bears, stick them on the board.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. People hear me?
Yeah,
Yes?
I can hear you, Ben.
Assuming so. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to resize these buddy boys. Thing them down to size. So I'll make them like that, and then that is a group of 4 bears. Because we're not having 16 bears in this fucking field. Because that would just...
There's just 6. Oh, fucking hell.
think that... Yeah, so each one of these is 4 bears. Yeah. They've been conjured. Where's
Luke?
Luke?
Left the
He's
Discord.
he's left the fucking
We
Discord.
switched the Discord.
But he's coming back.
Luke.
He's coming back.
Hello. This is better.
Hello. Okay. Cool. What are you doing?
So, can I check this one with the bat symbol? on
That's flying.
it? That is currently flying.
He's
Cool.
in the air, flying 20 feet. In the air.
Is anyone flying?
Oh,
Hello? What did you say?
Hello?
Yeah, I said, is there another one flying? But I've just seen it's red.
Yeah, there's red flying as well.
well,
Okay.
can I command half of the bears to go and help Mittens,
Uh-huh.
and half of the bears to go and help? Not that they probably need it. Nevado, not Nevado. I'm Nevado. Giri and Balzanor.
Yeah, cool. So move them up to their speed.
I think they have 30 feet.
Yeah, I think
So
30 feet makes sense.
So I can place them in any.
D&D, Black Bear. Black
Can I
Bears
place them
have
in any.
40 feet speed.
When I talk to the bears while they're coming over to me, will this be beneficial in any way?
What would you
I don't
say
know.
to
That they're under Nevado's command.
All I really wanted to say was don't get too close to me for my next turn.
Oh god, okay.
I think Balzanor's going to blow up some bears.
And well, I want to try and avoid it.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling we might get a bit swarmed here, and then, yeah.
There's certainly a lot of fur about.
There is. Cool. So, there's 16 bears. Oh, he's gone. Oh my god, this math is going to be unbearable. Okay. this math is going to be interesting.
Is
Okay.
each one bear 3?
Each one bear is 4.
4. Oh, 16, sorry, 4 force. Yeah.
Audio is terrible, all robotic, I can't hear a thing. Okay.
Okay, well the stats of a black... Everyone's just doing Luke's turn for him.
Ben, can you please roll loss stats, loss attacks for my bears, please? Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go into the advanced dice roller, and I'm going to have to go 16 d20s.
Isn't that going to do it all together, though? It's not going to do, like, them individually.
Yeah, but I'm going to go like so I'm going to say okay,
So
the
roll
the
16.
first. Yeah, I know what they add, so I know which ones hit and which ones
They
miss.
add 4 to each roll.
Yeah. So
Why don't you
okay,
do them
so
in
if I
groups
go
of 4 rather than 16, and then assign one group of 4 to each group of bears?
that's a good idea.
But there's 16 bears,
So
and they
first-
each
So
make
first
two
ones,
you have
these
to make
ones.
32 rolls, Ben. Because 16 bears have multi-attack.
Yes, they do.
So you have to make 32 rolls.
Yes. Okay. This is fine. Okay. So 40-20, roll. Roll. That's just for one bear. Roll.
And that's one group
Roll.
of bears.
Roll. Roll. Wait, so how
Nine
many
now.
is that? That's 1,
1, 2,
Two,
3, 4,
3,
5, 6.
4,
One more set.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay,
Eight
so the
times
first,
four, 32.
so the first two were for the attacks of the first group. 15 plus 4 hits. So we've
Is
got
it
one hit,
mittens?
So 3 hits.
miss. Oh fuck, crits are going to be a fucking nightmare. Yeah, three hits.
Is this on Mittens? Is animal, beast, flying dog?
No, this
Is
is
it
on this
on-
one down here. This is on this
Okay.
one down here.
Cool.
Oh god, okay.
Oh fuck's sake. Okay, so
Damn.
Well, just
we got.
count the number of hits.
That's what I'm doing, and then
And
you know
then-
how many
and
d6
then
or whatever
add
you got to
the-
roll.
If a crit hits, just add one more. So if you've got 4 hits from the first group,
Yeah.
and then 2 hits in the second group, or 3.
Plus 4 to each of them. That's 3,
So that's 8. Third group,
2,
10. Fourth group,
fourth group. None.
Fourth group is 15 and 14 plus 4.
Oh, okay. Then 1.
So 9. So the lowest roll there is so an 18 misses.
No, an 18 hits. Sorry, I'm getting confused which groups are on about. Yeah.
So,
No. Okay. So
that's 12 hits with the bite. Should we say first?
yeah.
12 bite attacks,
Mm-hmm.
and then
12 bite attacks hit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you've got 1, 2, 3.
This is going to take a long time. I'm going to head off because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think
See you later,
6
Matt.
claw attacks.
Have a good
hit,
one.
See you guys.
including the
Yeah. Yeah.
6 claw attacks.
Oh, I need to find a better way of fucking doing this. Jesus. Need to figure out some better rules for. I think I need to make like a swarm of bears.
Hmm.
That would be a lot better.
Need to make a sheet for a group of bears or something.
Yeah.
So I've got 12 bites and 6 claw attacks.
12 bites and 6 claw attack. Is that just from the first group?
That's from everything that's rolled.
That's from everything that's rolled. Okay, and how many have we rolled? We rolled 1, 2.
We rolled 8.
That's the first. So
We've rolled 8 groups of 4,
8 groups of 4.
which is
So that's-
32 attacks.
32 attacks. That's 16 bears. Each gets a 2. Okay, so that's all of them
Yeah.
done.
So it's 12d6 plus 24 and 12d4 plus 12.
12d6 plus 24 is.
You've added 244.
Oh, shit.
And
That makes sense. Plus 24 equals
12,
57
4.
from the bites. Wait, but that's all of them in total. So that's
Oh.
divided by 2, which is then 20. Yeah, 26.
Plus 12.
And then that's halved to 13. So that's actually 13 points of damage to each of them just from the bites. And then from the
Hang on, so you just split that
The
damage
bites.
in half to each one they've hit, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
so the 2 groups did half, and then I've split them in half again because magic resistance. So that's done. And then
So yeah, so
How
one group
many-
one group takes 14 and one group takes... Yeah, no, both groups take 14.
Yeah. And then for the bites, it's 2d4.
12, yes, it's 2d4, and then there was 6 hits, so 12d4 plus 12.
12d4 plus 12. 40.
Both groups take 10.
Both groups takes 10. Oh my fucking god. That was terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to make a swarm of bears.
I think if you make a bear's sheet for Luke, and he can just go, does it hit? Okay, it hits. Attack. Does it hit? No. Does it hit? Okay, roll damage. You can.
That's the thing. I have a bear's sheet for him.
Okay. Well,
so yeah, thinking about it, you probably should have used that. Because I think it's all set up, so you could have just gone, does it hit? No. Does it hit? Oh no. Does it hit? Yeah. Could have done that, but doing that 16 times takes so long, and moving them.
I mean, unless you say, as you say, you're going to group them in 4 and just say they either hit or miss as a group, and then set them up to do one attack that is all 4 attacks combined, essentially.
I mean, could try out the Matt Colville swarm tactics, where you say, okay, each group has so you do that, and then they have the average